platforms again?
Yep, we're good.
All of them?
Back up, guys. Everywhere in the world.
Are we on Facebook again?
Yep, right there.
Right, cool. So we've been kind of banned a couple of times, and then things get better.
Can you show me what that looks like?
Sure.
I need to adjust it here, I'm sure.
Something's not happening here, though.
What?
Watch what's going on there, because I'm not getting it here.
All right.
For some reason.
All right, everybody, log in. Sit down for the next hour with Chris and Lee. Let's help you guys with your real estate journey. You guys probably can't hear us because the mic wasn't on. But now that the mic is on, you can probably hear us.
Dude, you got one job.
You gotta
DD
let me know.
Figueroa. DD, we appreciate you. Burr, 120. Juan, we are here to answer your questions on how to get a house. Javier Rios, appreciate you, man. Paul Wade, thank you very much for being here. Haidenisha Rodriguez, tell me how to say that. Connect to all. We're here for you guys.
Come on in, everyone.
Yeah. And
have a seat.
8, not N7, and not N9. Maribel Cardenas, Robbie J, Soul Seeker, Mio. There's a bunch of you jumping in. We really appreciate you guys. Esset Bailey, we're here to help you get a house in 2024. So, what do you got?
All right, guys. So you guys know the drill. We're talking about home loans. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about the market, interest rates, programs, your guys' personal scenarios, which are the most important. And being honest, the part I enjoy the most is helping you guys and answering the questions. So if you guys need anything having to do with that, be sure to put it in the chat. Ask about Chris and Lee 123. If you need down payment, if you need income, if you need credit help, we have it all. For the credit, just so you know, go all the way to the top, which is the link in our bio. Click on Fix Your Credit Now. Get that process started if you have crap credit. Because if you do have crap credit, you're not going to be able to buy a house. We all know the interest rates are going to be dropping this year. We all know the prices are going to be skyrocketing this year. Let's cross our fingers for that one.
Yeah.
And
PCE came in this week. PCE. Does anybody know why PCE is important? Do you know?
Tell me.
Okay, it's I'm gonna guess at the words. I think it's price consumer expenditure, but this is where people are actually spending their money, and the Fed weighs this even higher than CPI. So CPI came in 2 weeks ago, and it came in above the mark. We expected 2.9. It came in at what?
3.1.
3 point. I thought it was 3.2, but 3.1.
Well,
okay.
it could be 3.1.
Either one, 3.1, 3.2, but way above the mark, which freaked everybody out. And then what happened?
Rates.
They went up. They went up. How many? How much?
I think we went up a point.
Yeah, 100 basis points.
It's 50, the high point.
50 to 100 basis points. We appreciate you, Joel Ortiz, Val. All you guys who are here, Evelyn, don't be shy. Ask the questions. PCE came in, and when PCE came in, it came in right around expected, which wasn't expected.
Expected worse.
Yeah, they expected worse. But then the market started to stabilize. But when do you think the cut is going to happen? When do you think?
So it's not a think. It's what we've been told. It's what the experts out there that are saying. But if you do process that data, it does make sense. So what they're looking at is, I'll give you a month. I'll say June, July.
Mm-hmm.
So June, July, we should have our first, I think the meeting's in June.
Yeah, it's in June, yeah.
And then we'll probably have our first cut. And talking to the experts, you know what that means? So when we have that first cut, when we actually go from, let's say, 7 to 6. When we go from 7 to 6, when we drop 1 point, you know how many people enter into the buying process?
How many?
5 million.
Say what?
5 million.
What's your source? What's your source of data?
I'll get it to you. I'll get it for you.
Okay.
A lot of people are posting this now.
5 million?
Yeah, but this is data
every time a cut.
1 point. 1 point.
Okay.
Every time we drop a full
not
point.
Not a base. Not
100 basis points.
Okay, 100 basis points.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool.
So if you go from 6 to 7, or 7 to 6.
5.
We got Silcani. Silcani. What's the best way to get qualified for a second home?
Cool. Silcani. Is it going to be your second home, or is it going to be the second home and it's going to be your primary residence? Because those are different qualifying criteria. If you own a home and you're moving out of it and you want to buy another one, actually pretty favorable. It's actually really good. If you own a home and you're baller enough to say,
baller,
I want a second home somewhere else, Aspen Vale, Lake Travis, wherever you
Manhattan.
want it. Manhattan.
We could do Manhattan now.
Manhattan Beach is in California.
No.
Manhattan's in New York.
New York.
So,
Second home, primary residence.
you tell 'em.
Okay, second home, okay.
Great news, Silk
Fantastic.
County, yeah.
Fantastic.
Great news.
Silcani.
Silcani.
Where are you from, Silcani? I want to
Yeah.
know the city and the state. And what name does that? What does that mean? It sounds Sicilian. It looks
Yeah,
Sicilian.
it's
Anyway, so it's going to be your second home and your primary residence. That's fantastic news. What that means is you'll be able to use the traditional programs. So if you wanted to put low down payment, we could do that. 5% conventional, 3.5 FHA.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's going to be his primary. Palo
Okay.
Alto, California.
Palo Alto, that's
Yeah.
money, dude.
You're in freaking Silicon
Yeah,
Valley, right?
That's where Silicon Valley is. See, Silicon Valley. Oh, I'm willing to bet you're a baller.
I'm gonna guess.
I'm gonna guess because for those of you across the country who don't know, the people who live in Silicon Valley, they're kind of like cutting edge tech people, and all of them, those companies pay a fortune.
Have
man.
you seen
It's
those
great
videos?
news, man. It's
Dak
good.
Prescott and George Lopez.
Dude, we're here for you,
Hey,
George
man,
Lopez.
We had a bad season. Take it easy. Take it easy. We've been saying that for 40 years now.
Hey,
30
hey,
years.
hey,
30
hey.
years. 30 years.
30 years ago, we won 3 times.
Okay, so back to Silcani.
Yes.
David, that was funny. So here's what it is. Second home, you can use your traditional programs, 5% down, conventional, 3.5% FHA. We can also offset the mortgage payment of your departing residence. So what it's going to be like is you don't even own a home going into your new one. So that's the great news. Different rules for the other scenario that he gave. So if it was going to be a true second home, meaning not your primary, different guidelines. But give us a call if you guys are interested. Screenshot this right now. I'm going to give you a couple seconds. 1, 2. and then
Original
give us a
by
buzz.
G. Call me. I want to buy.
Baby G.
Baby G? Baby G.
She said call
The
me.
original Baby G. The original Baby G. And then Evelyn says,
Like
first-time homebuyer. Yeah, the only real difference is you can't use the first-time homebuyer programs.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's a lot, but it's not really. It's Home
No.
Ready and Home Possible. Those are, and maybe CalHFA. There's a CalHFA in there.
Down payment assistance.
Yeah.
Some of that's off
There's
the table.
a few off the table, but you can still go FHA 3.5%. Original Baby G, give me your phone number, DM us, or call us, text us with your phone number, and we will help you buy. We've helped a lot of people from this app, from this live. We actually are going to tell everybody now that we're going live every day, Monday through Friday, from 11:30 to 12:30.
Are we committed?
We're committed.
Did we make a
We have
commitment?
commitment phobias,
To
dude.
all 15 million
Good.
people watching us?
Silcani, we are here for you, man. There's a lot of things that are in your favor, and I really hope you're one of those guys in Silicon Valley who's like baller.
So when you go through TikTok, which a lot of our
Yeah.
viewers are on TikTok, you get these software engineers fresh out of college, and they're all 6-figure earners. All of them. Some of them start
yeah.
at $250,000.
Yeah,
These are kids.
Well, you know, Silicon Valley and Austin, Texas. I pull a lot of credit and do a lot of files for people in Austin because Google's in Austin, Tesla's in Austin. They don't pay cheap either. They like everybody that I pull. It's like you make a boatload of money, like a boatload of money. So, yes, for you guys in Northern California, there's some really good spots, and Austin, Texas too.
Yeah, okay. So, Original Baby's going to give us a call. Evelyn, I co-own a property with my Phil, F-I-L. Can I use the equity to buy him out? What's an F-I-L? Friend in love?
Fiance in
Father-in-law.
Illinois. Fiance in Illinois. Fiance in Illinois.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely. As long as you qualify on your own. We just got to run some math, do some numbers, then yeah, we can make that happen. And thank you for laughing because we don't know all the acronyms.
Yeah.
This guy knows a lot of them, but we don't know all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate all of you guys. Evelyn, we'd like to help you do this. There's multiple ways to do this. We can do it, and just contact us. We'll make it happen.
Here's what I know, guys. I know a lot of you are at work right now. I know this. And I'm going to go like this to you guys because you should be OC California. Because you guys should be working. But if you're going to fill out an application while you're at work, you can. So go to the top of the link, click on stand.store, whether you're on Instagram or TikTok, and click apply now. So we can actually get you some answers probably by the end of today. Literally. You can be shopping this weekend Maybe.
And the fun thing is, for all of you, we're on all the platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. If somebody says OC, they're ballers. We know because we do loans in all across the states, and we know the loan limits and where they're high, and we pull credit on people. So whenever we're dealing with somebody like in Beverly Hills, Orange County, Sacramento, in Sacramento, you're either poor or baller. Those are there's not really a lot in the middle.
No.
They're like, hey, Google paid me $250,000. I don't know if I like the job, but I'm gonna take it. And I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. Evelyn says, I wish I was a baller. Well, stay there and OC, man. You're gonna be around that stuff.
It's beautiful, man. Orange County's awesome.
I love Orange County.
I'm actually gonna be spending a week there this month.
What are you doing?
This month.
What are you doing?
Got family coming into town. Got a house on the beach. So
wow.
We'll be in Newport for a little while.
Newport.
I'm gonna be like Evelyn one day.
Newport.
Will that increase my monthly payment significantly? So significantly is subject to interpretation. So maybe. So it could go up a little bit. Depends on how much you're cashing out. Closing costs are going to be minimal, so you don't have to worry about that. But it depends on how much you need to cash out. So I would say figure, depending on your interest rate, depending on how much a couple other factors are, but about $600 for every $100,000.
David Bowie Mortgage, welcome to the cast. We're here to help you. If you're new, hopefully you learned something. If you're seasoned and you know stuff, bring it. Teach us. We're willing to learn. I love learning from other loan officers. I learned from them on TikTok. I follow some really good loan officers, and when I listen to them, I'm like, the guideline, let me look into that. And I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that interpretation of the guideline. So sometimes it is interpretation of guidelines. Yep. So we appreciate all of you guys. Evelyn, we're here for you. Mr. Doc. Is that Doc?
Dude,
is that Mr. Doc?
What the heck?
We're getting something from San Luis Obispo. That's Baller City too.
Huh?
Everybody's calling us as ballers these days, man. So we are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube trying to help you guys out. Sometimes we get banned on some of the accounts. I hate to say it that way, but that's what it is.
Banned
we get a
in
little
the
banned.
USA.
And when we get banned, we try and tell you, hey, go to our other platforms because we go live every day from 11:30 to 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. Take that over to wherever you're at and figure it out.
Camacho 94, one of our faithful viewers.
Camacho 94, welcome to the show.
One of 15 million of our
15 million
faithful viewers. So, you know, we're going to hear something funny?
Tell me.
Okay, so yesterday, you told me about this. The Cat Williams came on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Crazy, right?
Yeah,
Crazy.
and I started listening to it, and they were doing some, and they sound like you.
What? I don't know what that means.
The way you're talking right now. He just went to the dentist, guys. So,
but I'm still here. I'm a hustler.
But he probably sounds normal to you, but I hear him every day, so he sounds a little different. And that's kind of what Joe Rogan and Cat Williams were sounding like on the podcast
on the
last
Wacky
night.
Tobacco.
On the Wacky Tobacco. It was an okay podcast. I haven't finished it, but it was actually
how deep?
okay.
How far are you in?
I'm in the middle when they're talking about the pyramids and the aliens and the sand. I'm there.
Pretty interesting.
It's about halfway through.
Buck 93 just joined. We appreciate you, Buck 93. Who else do we have out there? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You see what I'm talking about? Our account there. Yeah. How it's because of the way we're doing things, or something's not going technologically right. We appreciate the rose. Thank you very much for the rose, Evelyn. Get a hold of us. We want to help you.
Already?
Yeah, we want to help you. If you need a badass loan, call your badass loan officers, Chris and Lee at New American Funding. You can reach your badass loan officers by screenshotting this and then calling after the live. We will be here and we will help you get your house.
So, something I want to share with you guys, because I know a lot of you are here for data, some of you are here for entertainment, but most of you want to buy more houses if you don't already own one.
Yep.
Is that we do get in trouble from time to time. And sometimes we have to jump. We're on all these all the time, but sometimes one of these is down. So if we're ever down on the one that you're on, just go ahead and screenshot that. And
we've been in trouble on all the platforms. We've been banned or not able to go live on all the platforms at one point. I don't even know why. I mean, we're talking about loans. We're NMLS licensed loan officers. Our NMLS shows up there. It's actually right there right now. Mine's 944254. That's what you see. His is what?
1066954.
And we put it out all the time because that's what the rules say. We have to put out NMLS numbers. So we're always putting it out there. We quote guidelines. We talk about the guidelines that we want to do that. Somebody want to check that out.
They join the law, invite Camacho.
Yeah, that's a different something. Yeah, that's something
what's up with
different.
that?
So we're here to help you guys. If you're a loan officer and you're new at the game, we will teach you way more than most.
Team
Because, yeah.
Sanchez in the house.
Team Sanchez in the hizzy. The count hasn't moved though.
Yeah, I don't know what's
something,
going on.
yeah, something strange.
They're
about
mad
that.
at us.
Yeah, maybe they're mad
Straight
at us again.
mad.
Straight mad.
It's the
How much does the
haters
count say there?
hating. Which one?
Right
TikTok?
up there. Yeah, on the phone part.
4?
Okay. Because that, I'm gonna try and refresh this thing and see what
Straight
happens.
4. We got Team Sanchez. We got
Did
Evelyn.
you say home loans ask 1, 2, 3, 4? Is that what you called it?
Yeah, I said ask about
Okay.
Chris and Lee 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Oh, ask about. Oh, got it. Ask about 1, 2, 3. Cool. So we are here to help you. The interest rates today are
Oh, let's pull them up, guys.
7 point. I gotta wait till I see it because I'm actually gonna tell you what we see on the New American Funding website, and it does change. We go to it every day and we tell you what it is every day. It's 5.75 for a 15-year conventional and 6.25 for a 30-year conventional. That is not my quote to you. That is New American Funding's quote to the world with an asterisk that says you must have an 800 FICO score, you must put so much amount down, you must have so much DTI, you must be a perfect borrower.
And voted for Trump.
Did that?
Oh, that's not a factor?
No, I don't
Oh,
know.
my bad.
I think
I thought
if
it
you're
was.
in California, you did that. They probably won't give you a loan.
Yeah, deny.
Yeah, you voted for
Dude,
Trump.
Gavin
Denied.
Newsom's back on the chopping block.
No way.
There's an initiative to do a recall again.
No way.
I kid you not. I seen it this morning. I think it was on the news. I
They
forget what
recalled
channel.
him once, right? They
They
tried, but
tried.
it didn't happen.
Dude, not one person I know supported him either.
I don't know anybody either.
Any
But-
Cali people in here?
Well, there's some people from Silicon Valley right now. They're Northern
Oh, that's
California
right.
people.
That's right.
So here's the thing that we've observed in California. California's such a big state. Northern California kind of leans left, loves Gavin Newsom. Middle of California, like Riverside, San Bernardino County, they kind of don't like Gavin Newsom. Orange County kind of doesn't like Gavin Newsom. San Diego kind of does a little bit more. Los Angeles absolutely does. Don't know why, but they do. Get out more towards the middle of the country, and like you get to Barstow. Not a lot of people there, but Barstow people not a fan of Gavin Newsom. So there's this strange thing that goes on in California, and the rumor is Gavin's going to be your next president. What do you think about that?
Ooh, I don't think that's a great idea. What's up, Ruby?
What's up, Ruby? Great to see you.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Ruby.
a great idea at all.
Strange thing happens. Like we get to see people here, and they kind of become friends. They're like, "Hey, what's up? I get to see you. Great to see you." Like Team Sanchez, love to see Team
Yeah,
Sanchez.
Camacho.
Ruby when he comes in, Camacho when they come in, and we've
Celso.
actually helped. Celso, we've actually closed loans for people that log in, and it makes me so proud. I won't disclose their information, their private stuff, but I will say, hey, we help people from this app every day. Every day we get applications every day, like literally every day applications. Sometimes I did one yesterday. I didn't know the guy. I don't know him from the live. Never seen him chime in on the live. Just filled out the stuff, sent in all the documents. Pretty perfect file. And by the time I was done, I'm like, yeah, he wants $1 million home, and everything is looking good. And I'm like, pretty freaking awesome. That happens. So if you're looking for a house, we can help you get a house.
So there's three legs to a loan, guys. 3 legs. I know we've said this a lot, and I know it gets boring sometimes, but I got to reiterate it because there might be someone here that hasn't heard it yet, and that's income, assets, credit. It's the Chris and Lee 1, 2, 3. Okay. So income. Income is one of the biggest challenges because some people only have one household income. You don't always have 2 household incomes, which really helps. And the prices across the nation are pretty expensive. I think we're at $415,000 as a national average. So what Lee and I have done, is he actually we had a borrower that was making a ton of money doing a side hustle, and I forget what the side hustle was.
Yeah.
I'm making a ton of money, and So Lee was like, hey, what is this and what are you doing? And like, oh, I do this and I do that. And he's like, all right, cool. So like, he kind of let that sit in the back of his brain. And as we went down the path across the nation, so many people are having challenges with making money. So we decided to do the side hustle ourselves. And by doing it, we know that it works. We know that you have an opportunity to make some money. And here are the profiles that we've built that you can follow if you guys are interested in the first leg of the loan.
Have you ever got a check off of that?
Oh, yeah.
More than one?
Oh, no. Have we gotten deposits?
Yes.
Have we gotten physical checks? Yes.
Yes. We got
That's the
deposits,
funny one.
physical
That's
checks,
the funny
commissions.
one.
Yeah, they actually mail you. They mail us
That's
a check.
weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
What's
a check?
Yeah, well, here when we get paid, we have the direct deposit and all that, but we still get the paper. But I never look at them.
User 999. Great to see you.
So,
Sorry.
we're on number 2. So, first one is Kristen Lee 123 is the income. So, we have that one solved. Follow these profiles if you guys are interested in making more money or extra money or whatever the case may be. 2 is assets. So, not everyone has the ability to save 10 grand, 15 grand, 5 grand because life is expensive and you got to keep putting that money into life. Paying for
great to see you.
Paying for the kids' karate, paying for your card payment, milk's getting expensive, gas is expensive, taxes keep going
How
up.
much is milk?
Dude,
milk.
why are you asking me the hard question?
I don't drink milk.
Is it $5 a gallon?
I don't drink milk.
I don't know, but I do follow a lot of people, and they're telling me that the basics, bread and milk, is up.
Hey, Valerie, great to see you. Great to see you guys. We try and mention the people we know and call you out when we say, so, hey, welcome to the show. We're here for you.
So this, what are we on? We're on income assets. Okay, so can't save a lot of money. We have programs that'll help you pay for the down payment. 3, credit. Okay, not everyone has had the perfect credit because we've all been 18 years old with our first car, our first credit card, making mistakes. God knows I did. I bought a jacuzzi, made some mistakes, but you can fix that. You don't have to live with that. So I recommend once you get mature enough, call.
I walked out on the electric company. I said,
he
chase
walked
me.
out on the electric company. He figured he would use candles for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Genius idea. Genius idea.
Valerie, we love you too.
What's up, Val?
Yeah, so I like a kid, when I was a dumb kid, I walked out from the electric company. I lived in San Diego. I was in the Navy, and I walked out, and I owed the electric company $300. To me, that was a lot of money at the time. So you know what I said? Hey, I'm moving. You guys can chase me. Now I thought I was a smart kid. I was stupid, just stupid. And so I said, fine, see ya. And you know what? I left, and didn't think nothing of it. Until about 20 years later, I moved back to California. I moved back to California, and I said, hey, California Electric, hey, I'm back. And they're like, yeah, we remember you. Yeah, we do. Yeah. You walked out on us probably 20 years ago. I was like, yeah, that was 20 years ago. Yeah, we still want our money.
So,
and they made me pay the money, but here's the worst part. They said, all right, thank you for the money. We appreciate you. But we don't trust you anymore. So, I think it was a $1,600 deposit. You must give us a $1,600 deposit to start service.
back to candles.
And I was like, oh my God. And I happened to be in a spot where I could do it. So I wrote a check. They said, here's the good news. After 18 months, if you've paid us on time, we'll give it back to you. So I did stupid shit like everybody else does. So whenever I go through their stuff, I'm like, I did it too. Yeah, and I thought, what are you going to do, catch me? Yeah, they caught me.
Yep. I just had too many beers at the fair. Went to the fair, had too many beers, bought a jacuzzi.
You're like, hey.
Big mistake.
Did you own a house at the time?
No. I didn't own and I had a car that I could barely make the payment. No, I did
And you
not.
bought a jacuzzi.
Yes.
All right,
Not
good.
just a $15,000 jacuzzi.
$15,000?
Yeah.
That's a good jacuzzi.
I was
man.
like, dude, where do I sign?
That's a good jacuzzi.
Where do I sign?
God,
I was so happy.
This is going to make me
Good,
rich.
give me another beer.
Give me another beer.
It was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Bad
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
anyway, so if your credit is shit because you made some mistakes like we have, so you go to the link up top, click on stand.store. Once you get into that link, it says fix your credit now. So click that button and hopefully fix your credit now, because if you want to buy a house this year, you got to get started now because time's running out, guys. We're already almost end of first quarter.
K3ON joined. It's K3ON. Keon. What's up, Keon? Great to see you. Great to see you. There's some, sometimes we get questions on guidelines, and not everybody reads the guidelines the same way. This is actually what differentiates good loan officers from new loan officers. I won't say bad because they don't know. But if you read the guideline different, and I'll give you an example. We had a loan about last month, and we're trying to fund it, and they said, hey, we're getting a gift from an uncle twice removed, whatever that means. And the underwriter came back and said, that's too far away. That's not an uncle. And we were like, it was Uncle Ray? It was Uncle? Yeah, it was Uncle, yeah. And I said, well, wait a minute. What is the line then? Who chooses that line? And the underwriter said, yeah, we're not going to do this. So we escalated it to what's called a CPI, Credit Policy
Manager,
CPM. And we said, hey, listen, I don't draw a line for an uncle. This is a bloodline uncle. And the CPM agreed with us, overrode the underwriter, which gives the underwriter insurance if the loan defaults. But they override it and we funded the loan. But that's the different way that some loan officers see the guidelines.
Yep. So it's subject to interpretation a lot of the times. It's also sometimes people read it one way but need some clarity. That's where the credit policy managers come in because they have a better idea of how to read it and understand it. And many times,
Harry H joined. What's up, Harry H? Great to see you.
Lee and I have had to walk into the office and sit down with underwriters, sit down with managers, sit down with owners of companies to go, here's how we see it, guys. How is it seen any other way? And everyone falls in line and goes, you're right. So in this business, you also need to have the ability to say, you're right, because sometimes they're not.
We win probably 80 to 90% of the time.
And we don't win 100%. I wish.
I wish we could.
But a high percentage.
But we win because we really understand the guidelines. We've done enough loans where we can see them, so we can help you. That's the point. We can help you. And sometimes people interpret the guidelines differently. So that's kind of cool.
So when you talk about family or relatives, because a lot of people get gifts from relatives. Like they're just like, hey man, you've been there my whole life. I love you. I raised you. Whatever the case is, I'm going to give you $10,000, $20,000 towards buying your first home. When you're ready, let me know. So they keep that in the back of their mind. And then they come to us and say, it's my uncle. Well, it might have been their uncle. They might have been divorced. They might have, married somebody else. They might have haven't seen them. All these weird things. So get with us. Talk with us. We'll make sure it makes sense.
Mark Anthony joined. He sang to me. You don't know what that means, do you? Do you? You probably do, yeah.
I went to a Mark Anthony concert.
You went to a Mark Anthony
concert?
concert?
Dude, I went to your concert.
Yeah? How was that?
It was in Spanish. I didn't understand one word.
But was it good?
It was a good time. Yeah. Back to the beers.
What do you remember about the Mark Anthony concert?
The beers.
Do you?
Well, no.
The dude had crazy girls after him, man.
Insane.
He got crazy girls.
Insane. I tried talking to a few of them. I couldn't talk to them.
They're all Spanish.
But I waved.
The Goat Baby B joined.
Baby.
There was Baby G a second ago, right? There was the Baby G. The Goat Baby B.
Babies
What's
in this
up?
house.
Danko Ent. What's up, Danko Ent? Good to see you.
Is that entertainment?
I don't know.
Danko Ent. What does Ent mean?
What does Ent mean? Is that Entenmann's?
Oh, Entenmann's are delicious.
They're amazingly
good. They will kill you.
They will kill you
so
in
fast.
your sleep. They will kill you in your sleep.
But they are so delicious.
They're so good. They're so good. So rates are going flat right now.
Yep.
Flat. We were freaking out. We were worried about PCE because if it would have came in bad behind CPI coming bad, I think rates would have jumped. But PCE came in right about norm. A couple things high, a couple things low. And then I think we're going to get to stabilization and we're going to remove the 50 to 100 basis point jump that we had over the next week or two. So you're going to see a little bit of trickle down in rates.
Nice.
I believe that's going to happen. Not sure, but I believe.
Danko Ant in the house. It stands for entertainment, y'all.
Entertainment!
Is there a loan to buy land and start building on it other than the VA construction?
That's pretty good. Danko Entertainment. First off, entertainment. We'll love that. Want to know what line of entertainment you're in? Because we're entertaining. I think. I don't know. Maybe
so was my schmoly schmans. Yeah, that's entertaining.
Dude, you can't say that stuff. We'll get banned.
What?
Dude, we've been banned. We've actually been banned. So here's the answer to that. There's what you're talking about is the VA one-time construction loan. That does exist. There's also an FHA version of the one-time construction loan. They're very difficult to pull off. Now, it's easy to run them as a loss leader. Everybody says, hey, yeah, we can do it. And they try and flip you. That's usually what people do. It's kind of like 203Ks. So Danko Entertainment, if you were just doing a regular FHA loan and you said, hey, I want to put an addition on this, I could build the loan with a 203K built onto it. And we would actually have the funds to complete it. But from scratch, from land, it's difficult. Can it be done? Yes. There is a version for FHA and there is a version for VA. And you're right. It's called the one-time construction loan.
So, Danko, this is the first time I've seen you here. So, here's the routine, okay? What I usually do is say, time for a commercial, and then this happens.
And I say, if you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer. Your badass loan officers are Chris and Lee at New American Funding. This will disappear in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bye. Cool.
Then I say, if you don't want to talk to us, go to the link up top, and that's the link that says stand.store in our bio. Click on apply now and get the process started. You can do this while your boss is paying you and you're sitting at his keyboard and he doesn't even know.
But we don't recommend it. Yeah. We don't recommend it. Yeah.
I do not recommend
Yeah, we
it.
want to
Keep
help
that
you.
job. We need
Yeah.
to get you in that house.
Everything has to be by the book. By the book.
Yes.
By the way, if I offend you and you're a loan officer because you don't know your shit, I didn't mean to offend you, but maybe it probably helped you a little bit.
Yeah.
So if I offended you, be offended and then get better. So that's
Cry me a
Dude,
river
I'm
and
gonna
then
get
build
banned.
a bridge and get over it.
Oh, I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna get banned. Level up mindset. Level up. I love the handle. You know what we should do? Level up. That's what I just told the brand new loan officer who doesn't know what he's doing. I said, you know what? Learn something. Level up.
Get
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Javier
Real quick.
Flores, great to see you. Javier.
You know,
I said it three
that's
times.
probably the best advice.
What?
It's just get uncomfortable. So you're comfortable, just one step out, be a little uncomfortable, and maintain that.
Yeah.
You can maintain that, success will follow. How does the one-time VA restoration work?
Oh, that's
Danko.
strange. That's like you've been watching our feed or something. Okay, so Danko, this is so this is gonna get real technical on the VA side, but I don't mind because I like it. Okay, so if you bought a VA loan and you paid it back, and then we have to restore benefits, we can go back and buy another VA loan. Depends on how you interpret the guidelines, but I've actually done this. I've had people that have been charged against their VA loan. So they used the VA loan 20 years ago and they defaulted on it. They foreclosed and the VA paid a portion. Now, when I pull the COE, Certificate of Eligibility, the Certificate of Eligibility is going to say there's a loan charged against this. There's a system in the VA where I can ask for a one-time restoration. I have done this. You don't get a full restoration. You get a restoration of partial benefits. And then you're able to move forward. So that's one way to interpret that VA restoration. I've seen other loan officers say you can only use the VA on your primary residence one time in your life. And then if you want to use it a second time, you ask for a restoration. Somebody's hearting us up, so they love it.
I love it.
So
Thank you.
Then can you use the VA for restoration? So I have used the VA for people on multiple homes. You bought one, you paid it off, financed it conventional, moved over, and if this loan officer who was saying this was correct, you could only do that once in your life. But I have done it more than once, used the VA more than once. So when they say restoration of benefits, they could be saying, hey, you're restoring your ability to use the VA loan, but I do not read the guideline that way, and I've actually executed it. So when I say restoration of benefits, that's because they defaulted on a mortgage somewhere in the past, and I have to restore their benefits. I have never gotten 100% restoration of benefits, but I have gotten a significant amount restoration of benefits. So the difficulty in a VA loan is that the VA will step in and insure 25% of the home value. So if you have a $400,000 home, VA says, hey, bank, we're good for 100,000 of it. Now the way the bank sees it is, well, if I have to foreclose on this $400,000 house, I can sell it, but it's going to cost me money for the sheriff and the attorneys and stuff like that. So it's going to cost me $50,000. So I'm going to sell it for about $350. I'm going to lose $50. The VA steps in and says, you're not going to lose anything. I'll cover the $50. But they do hold it against you, and now that you've hurt your VA benefits, you have to move forward cautiously. And that's where we can go to restoration of benefits. So it depends. And this is where I tell you, a skilled loan officer who actually knows this stuff is super important. And by the way, if I'm ever wrong, I want to know. I legit want to know, because I'm not just quoting it. I'm actually in the arena practicing. I am doing VA loans. I am doing restoration of benefits. I am making things happen. So if I am wrong, I want to know fast because I represent a lot of VA borrowers and I want to help them every step of the way. Hope that helped you out.
Yeah. So something I want to share with you guys, and it's becoming very popular, and it's probably because people are in a rush to grab real estate right now, and it's still traditional, but manufactured housing. There's a lot of people inquiring about manufactured housing. Some people call these mobile homes or manufactured homes or modular homes, but it's called manufactured housing. So the rush is because of the price point. They're usually more affordable, but it's still a property. It's still something you can use for your tax write-off. It's still, it's still your home. So that being said, can we finance these? The answer is as long as it's attached to the earth via a permanent foundation. That means that it's permanently there. You're not going to drag it around the country on wheels and a hitch. So it's a permanent foundation, that it has a recorded 433 or 443.
433.
433. Yeah. And that it has an engineer cert done, so the engineer goes underneath it and says, yep, this is done properly, gives them a certificate. And if you meet those three things, built after 1976, June 1976. If you meet those four things, then you're able to finance it. So very popular right now. They are more affordable. They are a little harder to find, and they are normally on the outskirts. You can't be in a park. Can't be in one of those situations where you're paying for space rent. You don't own the land. You're just renting it. So it can't be that. So if you are interested in something like that, because it is more affordable and easier to get into, reach out to us. We'll team you up with a badass agent that'll hunt down the property of your dreams.
Darcy Lopez, great to see you. Hey,
What?
Danco Entertainment. One more thing I wanted to share with you. There is VA entitlement and there's restoration of benefits. So those are different. So if you have your entitlement, and that's what has to be renewed. So let's say you paid out, you did what you said. You're going to take your VA and you're going to refinance into conventional. Well, now you have released your entitlement. And now your entitlement can go on another property. So that's entitlement. Benefits are, that's what I was talking about earlier, is the monetary amount. And about 2 years ago, VA removed all loan limits. So there is no loan limit on a VA loan. I've personally funded $1.5 million VA loans. The most we've seen is what? I think you did 1.8, right? 1.8?
No, I think at 1.1.
1.1? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no loan limit means sky's the limit.
Yeah, sky's the limit. Unless you're in restoration of benefits. If you're in restoration of benefits, then county loan limits kick in. And I've got to use county loan limits against the amount of restoration of benefits.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yep. You got it, man. That's a whole lot of that. Darcy, is this our Darcy? Is that my Darcy Lopez? I think it is. So, like Lee said, VA, fantastic. VA, no loan limit. VA, restoration of benefits. VA, certificate eligibility. One of the best things. Here's what's also cool about VA is that many of our vets are service-connected disabled. Okay, and if you have that, that's income that we could use towards the transaction as well. So you could be working, making money. You could be retired, making money. You could be receiving that third, what is that? What did I just call it?
Stream of income.
Third stream of income to actually help you buy house or more house if you're trying to get approved for more. So VA is amazing, guys. So if you're a vet,
don't forget,
call us.
Can you gross it up?
You can gross it.
How
up.
much?
25%.
What?
So here's what that means, guys. Let's say you're receiving $500 a month from the VA. Okay. Oh, we'll go 400.
Yeah, I was going to say,
math.
you chose 500.
Easy
That's
math,
rough, dude.
Actually, I'll do it. Watch. So $500 a month from the VA. I can gross that up to $625 a month.
You're right. That's good math.
$625 a month. I'll give you $125 extra, but that's not the case.
You're good at math.
People aren't receiving those amounts always. People are sometimes receiving $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month.
Yep.
So in that case, you don't make 4, you make 5.
What?
So that helps you a lot when you're buying a house, guys. Helps you so much in getting qualified.
Jan 8188, great to see you. Jan 8188. Got any questions about buying a house or current interest rates or just how to be all around badass?
Yeah, tell me a joke.
Tell me a joke.
Make me
joke.
laugh.
Where are you guys from? Team Sanchez is San Diego. I remember that.
Is he?
There's some of these people that I
thought
know.
he was up north.
Danco Entertainment. I think that was Orange County. Is that where he was? Darcy. Well, I don't remember where Darcy is.
in the IE, I think.
Darcy's in the IE. We love
With
the
us.
IE. Love the IE. Dude, we're on the IE. What? Jan 188. 18188. Anyway, we are here on Facebook. We appreciate you on Facebook. On Instagram. Appreciate you on Instagram.
P-Town.
On TikTok, TikTok,
TikTok.
and on YouTube. We have been kicked off of these for some reason or another. Technical, we said something wrong. They banned us. The longest we've received so far, 7 days. But occasionally it's just one day we can't do anything. Technical issue. Something happens. We didn't do something right. We said
That
a wrong
never
word.
happens.
We said a wrong word.
Not do something
Whatever.
right.
Is Pomona IE? That's
Yeah,
Pomona?
well, it's LA County.
Yeah, it's right on the edge, right?
on the
I think
edge.
that actually
I
the
think
line
Pom-
goes right
I-
up. Depends on what side of Pomona you're on.
I
Could be LA County.
I think so. But
Yeah,
I
I
think
think that's
Pomona
right.
people are like, we're LA guys.
Yeah, we're LA County. Well, the loan limits are high in Pomona.
Yeah.
And the houses are not cheap.
So when
Houses-
someone does tell me Pomona,
Yeah.
I hope it's LA.
Yeah.
I do hope it's LA.
Why? Why?
Because the loan limit skyrockets.
What's the loan limit in LA?
Actually, let me give you a couple of scenarios
Oh,
here.
dude, okay.
Okay, so if you're in, let's say, okay, right next to Pomona would be Chino. Okay,
Okay.
let's say you're in Chino. So if you're in Chino, California, your loan limit is 766,550. So 766,000.
Okay.
But if you go to LA,
Right
which-
across the border.
just cross that street.
Cross
like
the
literally
street.
cross the
Cross
street.
the street.
It jumps to $1.1 million.
1.1 million?
Yes.
That's for a regular loan?
Crossing the street.
That's not even a rich loan. That's just a regular loan.
It's a regular
Is that a
loan.
high balance loan?
Nope.
Is that a jumbo loan?
Nope.
What is it?
It's just a conventional conforming loan.
Oh my God. 1.1 million? Where else can we do that?
So, okay.
Orange County?
Orange County,
San Diego County?
LA County,
LA County?
Sacramento County.
Sacramento County?
um,
What's San Francisco? That's a different county.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean Sacramento. I meant San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. What's
Oh
the
no, no,
county?
no, Sacramento County.
You can do both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, which San Francisco's in what county? Merced? No,
I
that's
don't know.
different, Yeah.
Anybody
Anyway,
know?
sometimes we get a little lost. Darcy and Pomona, we appreciate you in P-Town. We call it P-Town. So, what questions do you have about getting a house? Is it a good time to buy? I don't know. What do you think?
Yes,
Why do you say yes?
I say yes.
But why?
I want to. I'm an adult. I'm a grown up. I can do what I want. This is America. America. So here's why.
America.
Okay, so we've already seen the year 2020 and the year 20. You've already seen 2020 and 21. Okay, that's history. So we can read history. Hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020. When it's very
Why
clear.
you look at me?
Because we
Why-
kind of learned this together. Hindsight means 2020 means that when you look behind you, it's very clear. It's 100% clear of
Yeah, I
what you
get
can
it now.
see.
Okay.
And that's the year 2020 and the year 2021. So what happened in those years? Well, we went into the lockdown and interest rates were dropped artificially to stimulate things and get things moving because we're in full panic financially. Okay. So the rates dropped, but what did that do? It infused millions of buyers into the buying market, okay? Which created this buying frenzy, which created bidding wars, which drove up the values of homes, which made a lot of people rich and got a lot of people in houses, okay? So that's a good thing. Now, rates went up in 2022. They went from about 3 to about 8, okay? So what that did is the values are going so fast. But once it started going up in interest rate, the values went and they stopped. Okay, so values were not climbing as fast as they were prior to. Now, moving forward, the Fed has announced that they're going to adjust interest rates and have 3 adjustments this year. Danco Entertainment will get to you in a second, okay? Just
Yep.
hang tight, hang
Yep.
tight.
And Blossom Cara, good to see you.
Yeah. So what's happening is they announced 3 decreases in interest rates this year. 3. So when rates go down, like in 2020, what happens to values? They start jumping up.
Yep.
So if you get in now, you get to participate in that equity gain. And the equity gains we've seen from 2020 and 2021 were insane. I'm talking about people that bought $500,000 that made $250,000.
Yep.
$250,000 in a year.
Like that.
Insane. So if you want to be one of these people, I recommend getting in now. So when you say, is it a good time to buy? That is why. Plus, you are going to take a higher interest rate today, but if the Fed has already announced 3 decreases,
Skin Mantra, good to see you.
all you're going to do is refinance when it hits the bottom or close to the bottom. So you get the best of both worlds. Equity appreciation and a lower interest rate. So there you go.
Danko, I got some good news for you. It's a good story too. I got two borrowers, both in Virginia, and Special Forces guys. And their Special Forces deployment take them out to the Bahrain. So they go out to Bahrain, and they're not stateside. And Bahrain's a hot spot right now. I don't know if you know that, but it's a hot spot. And they're Special Forces. And they're like, hey, we're out there. And when you're deployed out there, they say we have a home base that's Virginia. Every deployment has a home base on stateside, and then their deployment base. So they said that's our base, and I'm like, okay, cool. They want to buy a house, and I'm like, okay, cool. We can do 0 down. And one of them's like, my girlfriend's the only one there, and I said, okay, cool. And I dug in, found out that I could do a POA, power of attorney, gave the girlfriend power of attorney, and was able to close the house with the girlfriend power of attorney while this person was in Bahrain. And then what's worse is that right at the closing time, he got deployed. And when they get deployed, you don't get to do anything. Can't talk to them, can't do anything.
I don't even know where they're going.
And the girlfriend, they don't even know where they're going. They can't tell you when they're coming back. And the girlfriend's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. And I'm like, well, you have power of attorney to do.
Just buy a house.
And really, so we closed like 4 or 5 days late, and I had to work with them on some fees and stuff. But I'm like, hey, they gave you full power of attorney. He expects a house when he gets.
If you don't have that house ready,
yeah, you could be in trouble. So, literally have done it while they're deployed with a girlfriend, not even a wife, girlfriend, power of attorney, close the house. That guy loves me, thinks I'm great, gives me all the friends and everything. But can we do it when somebody is deployed overseas? Yes, absolutely, without question.
And it is my opinion that not every loan officer can pull this off. There's a lot of moving pieces.
I agree.
It takes a very skilled surgeon to navigate, or let's say, who drives the ship? Captain. Takes a very skilled captain to navigate those waters, because one little hiccup and you can end up in the North Sea.
Yeah. So can it be done if a person is deployed overseas? Absolutely.
Yep, but y'all can pull it off, which is great. You got it, man. We know how to do it.
Yep, Danko Entertainment. We appreciate you. And we're trying to help all the military veterans, all the people. I'm a veteran. I served. And my dad's a veteran. You're welcome. My dad's a veteran. Appreciate you, Danko. My son's active duty military. Very proud. And I try and help a lot of people because I'm a vet, because I speak the language. We do a lot of VA loans. And I watch a lot of VA loan officers on TikTok. I do. Some of them I got a few that I just watch and I'm like, you guys are sharp, man. Like cutting right into the guidelines and really understanding this. There's a lot of them that are not educated yet. They're like, hey, 620 VA requires 620. I'm like, VA doesn't require 620. Your bank requires 620. The VA guideline doesn't have any FICO requirement. None. Some people get mad when I say that. And then I say, cool, just go to va.gov, type it in. Find it. You can find the guideline. It's there. But if your bank requires 620, then I know one thing for sure. Your bank requires 620. And that does happen. There are lots of reasons for that. Did we just see Rick Does Loans there? I think I saw Rick Does Loans up on our
Hey, you, Rick?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? We get to see you.
Buddy.
Yeah. So we are here on Facebook, Instagram. It was on Instagram. TikTok, and YouTube. We are here to help you buy a house in 2024. If you got questions about the VA loan, we want to help you with the VA loan. If you got questions with FHA, we want to help you with FHA. If you got questions on Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, or even Dream for All. Can you tell them about the Dream for All?
I sure can. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit different than Lee's dissertation, but the Dream for All is a down payment assistance program that was put out by CalHAFA, okay? It's a California-based program. We do have others in other states, so don't worry, everybody else. But for California, this program upsets me a little bit. And it upsets me a little bit because Darcy, let me answer Darcy real quick.
Yeah.
How does HELOC work?
Okay, Darcy.
Go, you do HELOC and then I'll go back.
HELOC, Home Equity Line of Credit. HELOC is like a credit card that uses your house for collateral. Easiest way to say it. Home Equity Line of Credit. So you have a line of credit. Let's just say you say, hey, I'd like a HELOC. So we qualify you, get your HELOC, $50,000. You get to draw it, whatever you want, pay it back, draw it out, pay it back. Home Equity Line of Credit, revolving. And it's got a time frame and a timeline, and you can only do it for so long. That's different than a second mortgage. Second mortgage is, hey, I'm going to do this for 15 years, and I pay $200 a month for the next 15 years. So that's the difference. HELOC goes up and down. Home Equity Line of Credit. Second mortgage has a static way of paying.
There you go. Okay. Valerie, I get $25.50 from SSDI and $610 additional disability. I want to put to $100,000 down. Would I qualify? 665 credit. Valerie, I'm very happy you're asking this question because so many people are in your same exact situation and they don't know that they can buy. So, Lee, what do you think?
Yes.
There you go. Can you buy? Yes.
You heard it here first.
And second, yes.
Okay,
so
cool.
when it comes to these scenarios, guys, a lot of people think because it's Social Security, disability, retirement, what's the one where dad or mom pays? Child support, alimony. All those are income, guys. As long as we can prove that you're going to be making them for 3 years or more moving forward, we can use all those incomes. So, Valerie, time for a commercial.
If you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer. Your badass loan officers are Chris and Lee at New American Funding. You can reach Chris and Lee by screenshotting the screen right now and then calling them after the live. Don't call them during the live because they are not going to answer. You can text them because as soon as they go off DND, they will see the text. This will disappear in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Darcy has a question for you.
Darcy! So if I use this money to buy a new house and rent my current one, yeah, you can do that. So as long as you qualify, qualifying is the biggest deal, which we're going to put it together for you or run the numbers and do all the math and stuff to make sure you do. And if you don't, we'll send you down a path that will get you there very soon. So that's a very popular strategy, everyone, what she's saying right now. She's saying, I got a bunch of equity in my current house. Mm-hmm. Can I take some of that out and buy another one for a down payment? Mm-hmm. The answer is yes, as long as you qualify. You're welcome, Val. So back to the California Dream for All.
Tell us about the Dream for All.
So it's a down payment assistance program that's pissing me off. And here's why it's pissing me off.
Okay.
Is because California is putting so much marketing behind this that they're making it look like it's brand new. They're making it look like down payment assistance didn't exist before. They're making it look like no one else helps people. But the truth is, CalHalf has been a program for years. Not designed exactly the same the way they're putting this one program out, but it's been around for so long, and it could have helped so many people all these times. But I think what it is, it's Gavin Newsom's way of saying, hey, look how great I am, just for votes. I think that's what's happening. That being said, they will give you 20%. So that 20%...
Give you?
They will let you borrow 20%. 20%. And that 20%... can be used towards down payment, closing costs, a mixture of both, however you want to cut it up, but it is going to be 20%. You will have to pay the 20% back through the sale of your property or refinance, and California also wants to participate with you on the gain that you make. So let's just say that you buy the house for $200,000 and now it's worth $4 million, and let's just use round numbers, guys. I know there's fees and stuff involved, but let's say you sell the house and now you're left with $200,000 in cash money. Guess who wants a piece of that? California.
What?
Yes, California wants a piece of that. So you're gonna pay them back the money you borrowed, the 20%, plus a portion of that equity that you make.
I want to know where you find a $200,000 house in California.
Barstow maybe?
No.
Okay. Between Barstow and Vegas, whatever that area is called.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Just a good example, guys. Easy math. I'm a loan officer.
No,
I'm not good at math. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, Keon joined again. What's up, Keon? Great to see you again.
So you guys are interested, you need to reach out to us. You can text us. Here's a phone number. Here's phone numbers. You can also go to the link up top if you don't want to talk to us and click apply now and start the process. Takes about 5 minutes, maybe another 5 minutes to upload a few documents. But that's it.
What's up, Chad? He either chose his username as Chad or his name is really Chad.
That's pretty badass, though.
I know, because one day you're like, mom and dads are naming, what do you want to name him? I want this one to be named Chad. 30 years later, everybody calling Chad that top guy. Like, hey, are you a Chad?
The dad is like, what rhymes with dad?
Chad. Yep.
That's
Chad.
his name.
Yep.
Darcy, what's the minimum and max we can borrow from a HELOC? There's no exact on that one. So I do have a program that'll go to 95 loan to value. That's borrowing up to 95% of your total home's value. But that's going to depend on a few different factors. It has a different algorithm than a regular loan that we're talking about here.
Chad says, really, Chad? I love it, man. Just a bad
love it.
If you watch it, we watch these guys Manosphere stuff, and they're all like, hey, this Chad. And I'm like, can you imagine? There's two names in today's world that are really great or really horrible to have, and you can't do anything about it because mom and dad gave it to you, and it's Chad and Karen.
And Lee.
So Chad and Karen, because if your name is really Karen, there's a bunch of people running around
going saying,
studs. I know, Chads are studs. It's really Chad. That's cool.
Karens, Sorry.
Yeah,
A few
yeah.
Karens out there that I love, and
I
my
know,
heart
yeah.
goes out to you.
I know,
I'm
yeah,
sorry they
right?
did that to you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You ready to hit it, man? I'm getting hot.
You know
I
what?
gotta get out of
Okay,
here.
cool. You know what? We appreciate you guys. We've been Chris and Lee. We are here for you. We'll be back.